Guys, back here again. Week 3 power rankings. What a week. The matchup of the week actually did come down to the wire. I think the official matchup of the week was me and Jake. It was like 1A, 1B, and Moss and Caleb really came down to the last half point or so. So, good week, guys, but let's just hop into these rankings. Why not? Number 10. I think same as last week. It is. Unfortunately, it's Dan. Dan. Where do we start? It ain't pretty. It ain't looking good. I don't even have... Normally, I would try to, get some kind of a positive spin here for Dan. Kind of at a loss. I don't have anything for you. Hopefully he can turn it around, but yeah, Dan's number 10 as of right now. That's really all I got. Which is sad to see, but it is what it is. Number 9 is Carter. Similar to Dan, at this point, it's almost kind of getting sad. He loses CD. He loses he loses CD. He sat a Marion Hampton who went off this week. It's just, he's played Hampton twice. He's done nothing. Sits him. He has 20 something points on the bench. It's a tough scene for Carter. It really is. 0-3. Now, unlike Dan though, here's what I'll say about about Carter. Carter does actually have some assets. Dan's problem is he's 0-3 and he really doesn't have a lot of assets. Carter's got some players, right? So could Carter turn this around? I think he could. I think he honestly could, but it's going to take some good work up in the front office to get some deals done, stuff like that. But I would say Carter is not out of it, but he is number 9. Number 8. Now this is an interesting one because it's Cole, and Cole's probably thinking to himself, well, I'm 2-1. I just won. How did I drop? Because last week he was 8th last week, but he didn't move. But he's like, I'm 2-1. How am I down here? Well, it's because you've cracked 100 once. And Cole got a win this week, 98-84 over Carter. I mean, you get the win, congrats. But I mean, do you really think you should be rewarded for that? I mean, Cole's team is Chase Brown. It's just kind of devastating what's happened to him. He's pretty much worthless at this point. But Cole's got a solid squad on paper, but it's just you need to put up the points. I mean, yes, you are 2-1, but I mean, the people ahead of you just have a better resume regardless of record. It is what it is. Speaking of the people ahead of him, number 7 is Connor. Honestly, great week out of Connor. Another game that came down. Connor lost by 0.9. If he could have just gotten a little bit more out of Lamar, could have pulled it off. But Connor's team is solid. He kind of just got the short end of the stick this week. I mean, he put up the 4th most points across the league this week, and he lost. Just kind of tough scene, is what it is. But Connor does fall to 1-2, so treading lightly, or I don't know. Sometimes I just say stuff on these. This is these are only one take, so sometimes I just say stuff and I'm like, I don't even know what that was. But anywho, number 6, let's get back to the rankings, right? Number 6 is Jake. Tough scene out of Jake this week. Gibbs on Monday night kind of went off and made it look more respectable than it really was. Because Jake kind of got his shit rocked by me this week. I mean, it was game of the week, matchup of the week, and his guys just didn't show up. And, I was saying this at the start of the year. I think Jake's team, he's got a lot of like what are thought to be touchdown guys. And it's like last week when they all scored, it was great. The problem is this week and week one when they don't score and you put up like 80 to 90 points, that ain't really going to cut it. But I mean, Jake's team is still good. It's just, I think that could be a potential issue for him down the road. But yeah, so number 6 is Jake. Number 5 is Liam. Liam Sneaky I think he has the third most points in the league, I believe. He's kind of, and somehow he's, 1 and 2. It's like he's kind of just getting decimated by the people he's playing. But, he's got a good squad. Like, there's kind of no, I mean, Mahomes, it's weird. The first week, or maybe even first 2 weeks, it looked like, is he back as like a fantasy quarterback, like a good one to have? And then now it's like, probably not. I mean, he's probably not going to be running as much as he did those first 2 games. And the Chiefs offense is just ass. So it's like, that's a potential hole at quarterback. But, and Jefferson, I don't know. It's weird, It's like JJ McCarthy sucks. I mean, I could have told you that. I could have told Kevin O'Connell that before the draft. I knew JJ McCarthy sucked, and I didn't even watch him that much in college. But the times that I did watch him, it was like, oh, this guy sucks. So I don't know why they didn't call me before they drafted him. But, they're paying the consequences now. But, yeah, I mean, Liam's got a solid squad. He puts up points, right? And actually, it's pretty deep. Liam might be like the deepest team in the league. His bench is pretty stacked, but you can only start 8 or 9 guys. So got to make the right call. Number 4 is Caleb. Constance, man, it was tough. Honestly, it was crazy how the game was going. I assumed, he needed like 30, I think, out of Goff and Amon-Ra combined. On Monday night, and it was like the first half, it was like, oh, I guess it's just not going to happen. And then all of a sudden, Amon-Ra starts getting fed, and he catches the touchdown, and I was like, damn. I was like, Caleb won. And then I look a little while later with like a couple minutes left in the game, and it's like, holy shit, that touchdown actually wasn't enough. He was still down by like 4. And then Amon-Ra gets another catch, the like kind of game sealing catch for the first down, and a bunch of yards after it, and it pulled him within, what was he lost by 1.1. And I mean, just an absolute gut punch. Moss desperately needed that. Like, if Moss didn't get a win there, he would have been devastated. Caleb, he'll be fine. Plenty of good players on his bench and stuff. Yeah, I don't even know who dropped Trey Benson a week ago, but don't you feel dumb now? Because Caleb picked him up, and it's like James Conner getting hurt doesn't even matter. It's crazy how much the rest of you guys just like gift Caleb, stuff in this league. It boggles my mind. I mean, people like Carter, like, yeah, hey, you want Trey McBride? Sure. Like, let's just swap tight ends, essentially. Fucking retard. But anyways, where was I? Number 3 is the guy who just knocked off Caleb. It's Moss. And now I'm sure he's gonna make a big fuss like, I should be top 2. You shouldn't, because to be honest, you won. This was a good week. You won. Congrats. But Moss's team has not, on paper coming into the year, he was the preseason number 1 in these rankings, and on paper it was like, yeah, his team is probably the best. Where's it been? I think this is his best week with 110 points. It's like, where is this team that's supposedly so great? I'm waiting for it. So he walks away with the win. Nice, but we need a little bit more than these like low scoring wins. It's just, I don't know. It's like he's 2-1, but at the same time, he's not living up to the hype. So it's kind of like hurting him a little bit. But I mean, third in rankings, that's fine. Now to the top two. Let's get into the real top two. And I mean, do I even need to say it? I'll announce number two. It's Evans. And then obviously the Kings back on top. We'll talk about Evans a little bit here, though. Evans, he's 2-1. He's won 2 straight. And, you know, he made a big jump here. Last week, Evans was 6th. But you know what? When you have back-to-back good weeks, week 1 was awful for Evans. I think he had like 60 points. Just awful. But since then, it's been like he had a good week. And then this week he goes out and he beats Connor, puts up 128 points. JT's going crazy. And it's like, hey, you can't deny the reality, right? It's like Evans has a great squad. You know, I don't know what the deal is with Jamar. I mean, if Jamar had Joe Burrow, Evans would be like maybe the odds-on favorite right now. But Jamar kind of takes a little bit of hit for that. He's still good, but like not as good. But just an all-around great 2-week stretch out of Evans. He's earned it. He's number 2 in the rankings. And then obviously number 1, it's me. The only undefeated left, as it should be, kind of back to, you know, things. Last year was such a fluky year, right? I think I lost like 7 games in a row or something like that, and really more because I was like on a losing streak 2 years ago at the end of the year. And then I came into last year and lost a bunch of games. But this is kind of what reality is like. I'm, you know, the last undefeated, most points scored in the league. You know, it's good to be back. I'll say that. It's really, really good to be back. But yeah, those are our power rankings, guys. Let's do a little matchup of the week here. Now, it's tough because it should be me versus Evans. I mean, number 1 and number 2 playing each other. I'm 3-0. He's 2-1. It should be, but it's like that would mean I am a part of matchup of the week 3 out of the first 4 weeks, right? And I think it needs to kind of be like a Monday Night Football type of thing where like there are some good games, there are some bad ones, but everybody should get at least one matchup of the week. So I am going to say matchup of the week is Jake and Ben. Or, I mean, Jake and Cole, right? You know what? No, I'm not. I can't do that. It's me and Evans. It just is. The schedule, it just happens to be playing out that I am a part of matchup of the week a lot early in the year. But how could number 1 and number 2, how could it not be me and Evans? So, yeah, we're going to go with that. Me and Evans matchup of the week. Everybody will get their shot at matchup of the week, but it's like this is the most obvious matchup of the week game across the board. So it's like, yeah, that's our thing. So yeah, that's power rankings, guys. I almost said at the start of this video I wanted to make it shorter, and here we are 14 minutes in. This might be like the longest one to date. So I don't know. I'm going to find a way to somehow make these shorter. I don't know how, but we'll find a way. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.